Yeah, so hi everyone, and welcome to the Body Mind Guild. We've kind of renamed ourselves from the movement, the Mindful Movement Guild, because I think one thing that kind of driven for me this change is that I think that our conversations and our experiences here really went towards this idea of body mind together. So I wanted to emphasize that even more. And I think that that informs a little bit, what we are doing here, what we are practicing, but also what we are researching. So since it's been a pleasure, it was such a pleasure, on KB5, KB7, to teach and to learn so much about people and to learn about myself and to learn about how, this virtual space provides privacy, provides intimacy. How do we play with our bodies? How do we bring this notion of interoception, which is going to be the biggest focus for me in terms of what I'm teaching and what I'm sharing. It will be really about embodying, awareness, both on body and mind, and how that ultimately affects or could affect the way that you relate to, yourself, but also your routine and your work and so on. And since we don't I think that it's a great way also to just, keep in touch and keep on asking questions through practice. I've kind of thought about this idea of a data exchange. So I've made this, I have to open here, just this form. I've made Google form, which is about the Body Mind Guild practice. Sorry, just a second, because this is closed. I'm getting a link. Go. So basically, this form is for you to answer and send to me whenever you want. The only rule being that you should take this form as you should do it at least 1 hour after you've practiced, so that at least our experience sinks in and you can answer these questions. And they're basically, as I exchange information, I would also like to get information from you about what is the reflection or what is the effect that this has, because I think that body awareness and somatics practice will be able to revolutionize the way that we work and the way that we, experience our bodies and thus have this information that, can really kind of save us, So in this way, I'm looking to find ways that we could somehow propagate this, and this data collection and these reflections that I will ask from you during, I will be making different questions. I think some of these questions you can answer once, but there are questions that you can answer twice, for example, because it will be more about the session in specific. So you can have a look after, and I thank you all for doing it. So let's just go and start practicing, right? Because that's what we're here for. All right, so let's just go and if you don't have water, go grab it now and stand in space. Take a moment. I have a little injury on my foot, so I'm doing the class with shoes. If you have the possibility to do it with your feet, bare feet, please go for it. And I want you to very slowly focus on your breath. Breathing in through your nose, out down through your mind. And we're going to, you can probably see me doing it already, but we are floating from our weight. We are transferring slowly our weight from our left leg to our right leg. And just to start training your awareness here as you breathe, I want you to start being aware of the mechanisms that are in action while you're doing this. Your brain passes information to your muscles and your bones to transfer the weight that is leaning on your foot into your muscles and through your hip, all the connections that you can put it on the other leg. So I just want you to repeat this movement so that we can understand that any simple movement and very small movements are actually mega complex and require the whole participation, from your arteries to your tendons to nerves to brain to spine to everything that you do, as isolated as it may sound, as it may seem, it requires full participation of the body. So we're gonna try now that this transfer has a sort of response movement on your shoulders. So as you transfer the weight, you're also holding the shoulders. And this is going to start giving you a little bit of what I like to call 360 awareness. So you're transferring the weight. And don't forget to breathe. Train your awareness on tension. Long in breaths through your nose, out breaths through your mouth. And as you do this, as you train your awareness inside, let's become a little bit aware of the forces that are external to you and that condition your movement. So, gravity, for example, is this energy that basically grounds us to the floor. So if we wouldn't have gravity, we would be basically flying about space. So this weight, gravity has been weighted on 13 kilograms. I don't know how much that is in pounds or stones, but literally imagine that 13 kilograms are basically locking you in earth. And if now, as you open your shoulders, it goes into your head, you realize that to keep your head there's certain tension and strength that you have to continuously fight. You have to continuously fight with gravity. So be aware and understand that this experience of movement is basically a battle between our inner thoughts and the outside strength that keep. So what we're going to do now is that, remember what I said about the kinesphere. So the kinesphere is basically an invisible sphere around you. And its definition is basically everywhere that you can touch. So for example, if I can raise my leg high, then that's the limit of my kinesphere. And as you move around, you can sort of try to play on how little it can be. For example, if I'm doing very small movements next to me, but it can also be very expensive. You try to, jump or go down, up, and see how fast and how far you can go. So, in your own volition, with playfulness and curiosity, let's explore a little bit our kinesphere, keeping our awareness of what's happening inside and outside. We are practicing through this to be in the here and now. All the other things that you have to do, you can put them outside, you can play in the curiosity of the body. Start asking yourself, how far can my hip go as my upper body goes in another direction on my leg? Or, my lumbar spine. What's the movement that it can do? Where it can take you? And as you explore now, let's focus on the idea of points in space. This is a very interesting dance theory that was first used by Rudolf von Laban, and then many contemporary ballet companies have used it, which is the idea of points in space. Whatever movement you do, let's say, you do like this, our extremities, in this case my hand, is pointing to a point in space. So, in this improvisation, there's someone joining. In this improvisation, we're going to try to reach points in space, different points in space with different body parts. So, this is a point, 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 this is the point. So try to create points in space. Touch points in space, connect points in space. Try it with your head. Points in space. Points in space. Points in space. Points in space. Take this moment to realize that whilst we are doing this task, it is important to train your inner can, in which you basically are aware of what part you're moving. So it's more of a decision, it's a thought process. But as you are more and more process, there is a point of subjectivity in you completing the task and being curious and dance happening. So as you find points in space, try to reach that point of blurriness. Keep breathing and don't stop moving. Keep finding, keep resting those points in space. Imagine a sort of here in the space, of here and now. Imagine that there are these polka dots, these balls, sort of Usama balls, and you use your body to touch them. A little bit like a 3D twister. Looking around the space, keep your eyesight wide. Transfer the weight to arrive to the different points. Are you touching points in the eye space above you, or on the middle round, middle level, or on the floor? Are you reaching a point through gravity, through release? Or are you tensing through it? And now I'm going to, you continue what you are doing, and I'm going to play a song which is a little bit faster. And we're going to try to do what we're doing to the rhythm of the song, so that we have a little aerobic moment here. So you just continue to do it. I figured it out. Here we go. And you just try to follow this track. Let me know if you hear it. Do you hear it? Great. Try to use what we are doing to be on the rhythm or against the rhythm of the song. Keep touching those points in space. All right. Thank you. Yes, we're back. All right. So just take 2 minutes, grab some water. Hi, Michaela. Nice to see you. Welcome. Happy New Year. Just grab water or go to the toilet or something, and then we're gonna try to do a little experiment. So see you in 2 minutes.
So
Antonio,
you
you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was muted. So I was saying that we have a Google form, which is a sort of like reflection form that I'm inviting you this times to fill up after class. It can be anonymous. You can write your name, and some of the questions you can like answer once, and others you can ask more times. So it's really up to you. And the only thing that I ask is to do it like 1 hour after the class, so that you let the experience sink in, and then you can kind of look at it from a more like point of view. So yeah, the doc that Vivek just put there. All right, well, thank you so much. I hope that you're just like mine, like my heart rate is up, my blood is going. And I'm very interested, one of the things that I'm very interested about is like our, relationship with dance, with movement and memory, and how language sometimes lacks in terms of having a language to express what you're going through during a movement, during moving, or during a session. So I wanted to play a little of a choreographic game with memory that's based on what we just done. So we had this warm up in which, we got this idea of kinesphere, and we got this idea of like points in space. And from that on, we went for a dance. So what I was going to ask for everyone is to take a moment to think of one movement or a movement sentence, which, a movement is this, and then a movement session or a movement phrase or a sentence be this, any continuation. So anything that you remember that you did a lot in the improvisation just now, So it just has to be a movement that you can repeat and then you remember. So, you know, the idea of memory is that it doesn't have to be exactly as it was, but as your memory of it was. So just take a moment. You can turn off your camera if you want. If you need like a little bit of time to remember it, but we can come back in like 2 minutes, and then each one of us has a movement that we did a lot while we were doing the improvisation before. All right? Okay, so 2 minutes. Let's go for it. And as you think about it, think that you have the only requirement is that it's a movement that you can show and repeat. All right? Take the time now to really do it a few times before we show it to each other. Go through your memory of the dance, what you were doing. And once you think you got it, you repeated it a few times. Let's go back and come together again. That camera. Need a little bit more time, that's fine. Wait. Once you're ready, please come back. And I want to try to put this gallery. So yeah, Vivek, do you want to be the first one to show your movement?
Sure. So there's a movement and a movement phrase, both?
One of those.
One of those. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do the one. Okay, I'll do one. I choose. Okay, one simple one. I just was using my finger. I was looking at my finger as the point and kind of like a continuous line. So I would start as far down as I could and come across the body. So just kind of like
Following the eye following the fingertip.
yeah, exactly.
Right. So what we're going to do is that we're going to learn everyone's movement and make it into a sentence, our movement sentence of the class. So if you want to go through it a few more times, and if anyone has any questions to Vivek and how to do it, please ask away.
Yeah. I can describe more like I'm trying to go as far across the body as I can within reason, within it feeling good. And as the body turns, just find the angle that takes the furthest up to the top right. So from the bottom left, all the way across to the top right.
Okay. Any questions, any doubts? All right, let's try to do the movement together, everyone. So take a place and go 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. And again. And one more time. Great. Who wants to go next and add to this movement from Vivek? How about Vanessa? Yeah.
Mine's sort of similar. So it's like using the arms and like stretching them out. So the idea was more like a line between the arms. So it was like this, and then like that, and then back in.
All right. So if we put this movement together with Vivek's, we would have something like his and open, open.
What about coming back together?
Do they come back together through the center, Vanessa, or do they
Yeah.
go? All right.
Yeah, at the end it would come back together.
All right. So let's just first do the movement separated also. So do you want to go first? Cool. So we are tilting the upper body upwards. And all right. So let's go from the next. 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, let's go through repeating it and finding. And one more time. Cool. Very nice. Who's next? Who wants to go next?
I guess I can go next. So like there was a movement that I was doing a lot, but it wasn't like the one I had chosen, because the one I like spent a lot of time on the floor, but there's one that I was doing often that went well with this. And it was, let's see if you can back up and see me maybe. So I was over here, and then I would come across and go back over and come across and go back over and come across like this.
All right. I can see it being here. Let's train the transition from Vanessa's movement. So we are here. And then we oh yeah, through it, yes. All right, shall we try to do it from the beginning? So 3, 2, 1. Open and open, close, open, and then open, close, open, close, open, and we could kind of stay here forever, opening and closing. Cute. All right, so maybe I'll go and do the next movement that I wanted to do. So let's say that we open, close, open, close, and then hands down, up, and front. So we are here, hands down, up, and step front. From the beginning. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, drop up and step front. And from the beginning, again. Take your time doing it. Are there any questions as the sentence gets bigger? No? All right. Michaela, do you want to go?
Yeah, I can go. Something I do a lot when I dance is turn around. Turn like there is no future. So, where were we?
We just stepped forward.
You were in step. So what the step I was gonna do is like a cross and the arms, and then like a turn and a cross again.
You wanna
You see?
do it? Let's
So
do it
just
from
cross,
the-
cross, turn, and cross.
So from stepping front, if we would link it to the previous movement, which is just stepping front, is cross, cross. Cute. Nice. There you see.
I'm gonna fall down.
Cross.
That's good though.
I think it's right arm up and then left arm up and then crosses again. So, or for example, if you go to the left, then you go left arm up, right arm up, right hand.
Yeah, well, cross arm, the first arm that goes up is the one that is on the top. So cross arm, turn around, cross, and then the other hand is on the top.
Yeah. 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 All right, cool. From the beginning. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 5. Yes, cool, nice. All right, Victor, you're the last one. See how much time we have. Oh, we still have some time.
Yeah, I feel like I'm under pressure, but let's be simple. So just like moving like that and from the other side.
Okay, so we're here with, let's say, the left hand on top, and we go right. Okay, and we repeat it twice, right?
Yes.
Okay. Take some time to go through it. Does anyone have any questions about the movement? To Victor?
Yeah, Victor, what do you do with your feet when you're moving the arms?
Oh, good question. Okay, so I will do also when I do with my right arm, I will also move a little bit with the left as well, and vice versa from the right feet with the left arm as well.
So it's Michele, it's a homolateral movement. We spoke about it sometimes that we have contralateral, which does, you know, the diagonals, and then homolateral is, and I guess that's it, like, and that is also the thing that gives you the coordination. So you think right arm, right leg, and right, left arm, left leg. So Just have to say that. All right, your movement sentence. I'm very excited about it. Let's do it, let's say, around 3 times in a row. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Seven, 8. Close, open, close, open, close, drop, up, and step. Close, arm, close. Send right, send left again. From the finger to the arms. And go. Even if it looks different what you are doing, just try to stay on the same rhythm. Time. Open, close, front, and back. One more time. Diagonal finger, go through center and open, and open, close, and open, close, drop, turn, it's all right to take a little bit of time. We're literally paving this movement in our brain, which might seem like a weird process. Let's see if we can dance it. You know, I'm gonna play some music. Let's see how that does it. Just go through the movement sentence a few times. I'm gonna put something a little shorter. And really carve it in your brain. There's no other way. Oops, wrong. Also wrong. Here we go.
That's a very different song.
I know, it was just, anyways. 3, 4. 'Cause Sorry, it went on. Yes, sorry. All right, well, everyone, this is your movement sentence. This is your dance. This is part of your choreography. Thank you all. Like, we wouldn't have, it literally contains one piece of data from each one of us. And what I'm trying to like kind of, I don't know if this happens for me naturally when I go through it, which is that I kind of, once I go through kind of like the memory, and obviously like we are not here to kind of we're not competing on like who can do it best. We are simply having this very simple patterns, playing with them, repeating. And what happened with me, for example, is that I start to play a little bit with the rhythm, like, and the movements weren't exactly the same, but we were doing the same thing. And the element of play and the element of you being like owning something, owning this data piece, which in it seems easy, but it's so complex, and if we would try to like kind of assimilate it into, like all the processes that go through, and also the sort of creative process, the immediately like narrative process that we get into dance. But these are just also vehicles and dance sentences that we make that, train our awareness of like different problems and how to solve it in the body. And I hope that it's been a good experience for you. I like to create, like I find one of the things that always connected me with dance is that like with every other art form, I can I use a vehicle, like I draw, or I sing, or well, singing is I would consider it body, but like I program, or I create something through that. And what I like about dance is that you can create dance and you can perceive movement and repetition of movements anywhere, and you can create it anywhere. And its biggest sort of like paradox is that it's also ephemeral. So it's only seen its full effect of like, for example, us in a few moments in which we were in unison, like that's just something that you can feel, or that you can, attain through this work that we do together. So I think, thank you so much everyone for, being able to do this. And what I wanted to, I'm calling it homework, but I hope it's more fun than that, is that so this process that we did is what a lot of like big choreographers do when they're doing a piece, like be it like a neoclassical or a contemporary dance. We use a lot of these movement sentences that, like one person makes or people do together. So I have this piece from the Dutch National Ballet, and I'm going to share it in the Body Mind Guild, and I will share it tomorrow so that you can look at it, and we can have a little bit of a discussion about what we saw based on what we practiced today. So yeah, I want to also bring dance and to have some sessions that we can like look at dance and have like what does it mean to look at dance, or something that is created through this methods of thinking that we are busy with. And yeah, cool.
That'll be fun. Thank you. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, cool. How was it for you, Bluebird? Did you enjoy our first time?
It was good. Yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed it. I had no idea what to expect, but definitely fun, and always great to break away from sitting at the desk, right?
Yes, very much, very much. Yeah, and I'm so happy to see you, Victor and Michaela again, Vanessa, DC, everyone that shared and gave us really, really beautiful. Yeah, all right, let me stop recording.